Hi there everyone, just a quick introduction before we get started on this video because this was really fun. We had an hour and a half long discussion between myself and a bunch of the guys who had been and seen Scandal on their most recent tour. Now you might remember before we did a little video catching up with people who'd seen them on the US leg of the tour, and this was more focusing on the European leg of the tour, people who'd seen them in the last few days, as well as some of those American fan base folks coming back and adding their thoughts as well. Now, due to some technical issues on my side, it's taking me a little bit of time to edit through all the footage. There's a few problems here. Don't worry about that. But basically, I will be able to do it. It's taking me a long time. So I'm uploading this in little 10-minute chunks. This one today, and then hopefully every single day for the rest of the week, or until I've got all of the hour and a half out, and then I'll try and put it all together in one big video for you. So anyway, thank you for your patience on it. This first segment here was actually kind of a fun one. We're just sort of getting into the flow of it. Everyone's settling into the interview, and we were talking a lot about tickets, getting access, and obviously a lot of these folks who had bought their tickets originally for the Kiss from the Darkness tour a couple of years ago, and now bringing those 2 years later to a Mirror tour show. The kind of strange feeling about that and transferring the tickets. So we're talking a lot about that, kind of getting the whole interview started. So I hope you enjoyed this, but there'll be more parts where we get more into the depth of, the show, opinions on the band and everything that's going on. That will be coming later. So please do stick with us. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. It's a big old YouTuber thing, but so you know when the other parts come out. And hopefully I'll see you very soon for those parts. But this is the first part just for now, just to get it started. And I'll see you soon. All right. Oh, so obviously this part ends rather abruptly. And it's about to start rather abruptly. Hi there and welcome back, where today I have a lot of people who've been waiting a very long time for soundcheck to finish because everything went wrong. But hey, we're in a group chat because all of you guys have something in common. All of you have seen a certain artist. It's pretty obvious because it's on the thumbnail of this video. You've all seen Scandal. I guess the most important question to start off with then was really, how did sort of an expectations versus reality thing, how did it go?
Oh, it was a wonderful show. This is the second time I've seen them, so I knew what to expect.
Well, you've seen them before, as you say. Do you think that the show was was it bigger this time? Was there any changes sort of post to the majority of the whole COVID thing? Do you think things have really changed much with the performance?
This time around, in fact, the only thing really changed was the crowd was bigger.
Really?
The room was about the same size, but they sold more tickets.
I think a lot of people probably waiting to see bands after all of the lockdowns and shutdowns and the inability to see gigs. This has been a big thing. A lot of people waiting. Maybe they had tickets before and those tickets they weren't able to go to those shows or they got cancelled. So yeah, a lot of people probably lining up around the corner to actually see acts live is probably a big part of it. So had any of you guys actually had tickets for a Scandal show before, which got cancelled during the whole COVID thing?
Oh yeah, I bought the tickets back when they were supposed to do their Kiss from the Darkness 2020 tour.
So you've been waiting for quite a while to actually, because that was 2020. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. Wow, this time it's been a long time. Does anyone remember the before times?
Yeah, pre-COVID times, I remember.
Yeah. There was a before time?
Yeah, I don't think there was a before time. I think that's just a myth that we tell ourselves. So Trick, had you been? Is this a concert that you had been planning to see before, and had this been delayed for you?
Yes, I bought tickets last summer to see them in October, and then they pushed it back 11 months. So that was a long wait. Hanging on to my ticket. And then obviously there was a little bit of trepidation on my part because I thought, there was an email saying all the tickets are still valid, and then I kind of turned up on the day thinking, I hope that email is correct because I've come all this way, and all I've got is like a QR code. And then when I went in with Chris, and he went in first, and his phone scanned okay, and then they were pointing their little device at my phone, saying we can't read the barcode. I'm thinking, oh shit. But yeah, I learned from several holiday experiences that whenever you've got a code on your phone, it's probably a good idea to print it out as well, just so you've got a paper copy to stick in your back pocket. And yeah, that's scanned fine. So yeah, thankfully I just followed him upstairs in the end, and by that time he got to the bar, so that was pretty good timing on my part. And then he got me to buy the drink. So.
So that was actually it was either your phone didn't scan, or you just wanted someone to pick up the drinks while you had a nice saunter into the venue. It was one of the two.
Yeah, no, I think it's probably my phone's probably a bit old, and I'd probably reduce all the settings to kind of preserve some battery life by the end of the day. But yeah, we got it fine, so it was good.
That's good. So yeah, did any of you have to bring, like, did you get new tickets, or did you bring the tickets from before? I haven't seen, the only ticket I had booked during COVID that got cancelled, they just flat out cancelled it. They were like, have the money back. So I didn't actually get to have one of those delayed tickets. So were you all bringing tickets that you'd had purchased prior to a cancellation then?
I was going to buy tickets for the previous performances, but they always got canceled right before I got around to buying the ticket.
So they were cancelling it before you. So you never actually successfully purchased it. You were always just, I'm going to book. Oh, it's gone.
Which is good, because if I bought in the past, it would have been just a general admission. I was able to get VIP this time around because a friend paid for half the ticket for me.
Ah, yes. That is a fair point. That's a fair point, because you got the VIP now. So if anything, the wait was worth it on that front as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
for me, I bought an e-ticket, so of course when they rescheduled it, the date and something like this of course changed. But funny is that the artist picture was still the same from Kiss from Darkness, but now we have on it Mirror Tour. But I think the people who have like physical ticket who bought it, it's still the same. I didn't get a new one. I think the VIPs had to like a physical ticket, so it was no e-ticket, I think.
Ah,
So I had no one, but I don't know if any one of you had VIP. So I actually bought my ticket in January 2020, so before the pandemic, like 2 weeks after they announced the tour, so I'm waiting like really long for the show.
I have this image of you, like, kind of like Trick was saying, just sort of nervously turning up to a show, like the Mirror Tour with a Kiss from the Darkness tour ticket, like, you're going to let me in, right? I can imagine that would certainly instill a certain degree of fear in me, turning up with a picture of the previous album on my ticket. But yeah, I guess if you got the e-tickets, it's pretty easy for them to update them anyway. So there you go. I'm really out of date on tickets.
The QR code was the same, though.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you just transfer the QR code, don't you?
I bought from Ticketmaster, and all they do is e-tickets now. They don't do printed tickets.
Oh, really? Ticketmaster don't do...
I bought from Ticketmaster too. There was an option to get a ticket or but of course you have to pay some to bring the ticket to you, right? Like VIP, like I said, I had to be like a physical ticket, though. I think no e-ticket was possible.
Yeah, I didn't have that option. I just had digital only.
I think that especially companies like them, obviously they're really trying to save money. You know, they're big money companies, and anything they can do to save money, they will. So not having to print things is definitely the way that it's going to go. So I guess the printed ticket is going to become like a collector's item as time goes on, because the idea of having a printed ticket, I guess in the same way we think about having money is going to become a thing of the past eventually, and we'll just be paying on our phones and stuff. So yeah, keep your tickets. They're souvenirs. They're going to be probably worth something.
I've got a big stack of all my old ticket stubs from all the gigs I've been to, and you know, in these days of e-tickets and just printing out kind of like little QR codes and things, it's not the same, because you know, you just can't stick them in a box and then look through them and see how much you paid. It's sort of I don't know. I think I paid something like £8 to go and see, I don't know, Rush or something like that about 20 odd years ago. And you think, well, you know, that's not that's not even going to buy you a drink at the bar these days.
True. I mean, you can stick your e-tickets in a digital folder. Isn't that just the same thing?
No, not the same at all.
Nostalgia is dead. Okay. So yeah, no, I do agree. Actually, I think there's something nice about that. I wish I'd kept some of the old tickets that I don't know where half the old ticket stubs I had were, because I'm sure when I went to gigs, I would look at them and go, "Oh, that's nice. I'm going to keep that." But I don't know where any of my old ticket stubs are. I'm not even 100% sure where the Bandmate one is from when I saw them in Shibuya, like right before the whole everything kicked off. So yeah, I don't know where ticket stubs are. I wish I'd been a bit more proactive in keeping those.